Buenos dias.
Is it a Buenos Dias?
It's
Cold again.
It might be.
Okay, whatever.
It might not be.
Buenos Dias. Buenos
Okay.
Dias. Bienvenidos.
Dobry dien or dobry utro?
Добрый день, как дела?
Как дела? Your Russian's bad, bro.
Как дела?
Твой
Хорошо.
русский это холодно.
Холодно.
Это очень плохо.
I think it's because I only spoke Romanian. I live too far away from Mother Russia. So most of the people that were when I lived in Moldova, when we moved up there, everybody spoke Russian a little bit, but it was like a weird type of Russian. It was like Romanian Russian. So that was the issue. So we never really spoke Russian. Yeah, it was a Romansky.
Да, это хорошо. Okay, so what? Well, I was gonna be like, woo, Bitcoin's at 70K, and then it already S the bed.
Dude, what the flip? How come it can't hold for 2 seconds? Anyway, we could talk about that because I have some theories. Anyway,
hey, seller's gonna sell.
Seller's gonna sell, so there's more sellers than buyers. Why price go down? More sellers than buyers. Okay.
Yeah, it's still up on the day, but I don't think any of this matters right now so much. It's just the fact that it hasn't broken down is good. That's what I like. Housekeeping. What do we got? What's going on? What's going down?
Tons of stuff. So here's what we're gonna do. If you ask me a question about tilling, I just won't respond anymore. Okay. So basically, no more tilling questions. Like we said, I think multiple times now on the show, and we still getting questions like this morning. But okay, so if you bought in the first batch, which was basically the first week, we sold 39 masternodes in the first week. Okay, which was the end of August 2023. So if you bought by September 1st, let's just say, I think it was like September 1st or September 5th, you're going to be in the first batch of tilling, which is like 5,000 hours. If you bought after that, then you're going to be in the second batch of tilling, which started in March.
March or April? I thought it was in April. Okay.
Yeah, I'm unapologetic. I mean, there's nothing I can do about that. Like, you can ask me 40 times to fix it. You can get mad at me or whatever, but I can't fix it. I can't like go back and till. So
you're saying you can't go back in time and buy a lottery ticket?
Well, I wish I could. Like, I honestly, I'm sorry, but like we sent these out in the order people ordered, and just a lot of people ordered the first batch, which that's great. And so it's like, first batch. So like, for example, if you bought one the first week, that's fine. Your second ones, if you bought after the first week, are going to have different tilling dates. So, yeah. So anyway,
do you ever think about that? Like, okay, if I could go back, if they gave me one reset button, everybody here, I know where you would go. I know where everybody would go. Anytime in 2009 with about $40.
Oh, yes. Oh, so, okay. So here's what we're doing too. The node licenses. So a lot of people, they do it. They get their NFT mint. They email me their address and their wallet address, and then I have it. And so this week we're going to start sending out, we got all the mailers ordered from Amazon.
These guys?
We're going to start sending out, the rings. So we got rings, but Nick said that there was white ones. I don't have any white ones. So
no. There's white ones coming.
Okay.
The white ones, I think, have 8 NFC chips. These have 3 NFC chips.
Yeah, that created a lot of, everybody's like, okay, white. I'm like, oh, crap.
Paint it white then.
I saw spray paint it white. Beat the 503. That's good. Beat the 503. Right. If the website, we had to add DDoS attack and Cloudflare. I'd still like to make it quicker, but like basically I'm on with usually our hosting provider now. I've been on for like 3 days on and off. They're trying to fix things. So, oh, what? No way. Okay. Anyway, we've mentioned this. So here we go.
Have you heard this? Philip is saying, Philip said that Hypercycle is telling that tilling will continue after marriage.
Yeah. So that's a big, interesting thing. So,
how exactly?
I got yelled at. Well, not yelled at. I got behind the scenes scolded yesterday for my video. Although, really, we haven't mentioned this 503 error. I'm glad that you keep mentioning it. This is kind of like the tilling questions that keep coming. So it's so fun. See what I'm saying? Anyway, so here's the thing. So behind the tilling, after you marry the tokens, I was told once you marry your Hypercycle license to a new C stack, that creates a new hypershare. And once that happens, marriage stops because it's now not pointed to the same thing, because it's not under the same master license as tilling anymore. And so I was told now by some of the moderators over at Hypercycle emailing me that the tilling does continue. So, and then I told them when I was told from Barry about how the software string needs to be changed and stuff. And then they're like, oh, wait, well, crap, now we need to check. So everybody's in checking mode. And it's frustrating to me, Nick, how I can message Barry about this question. No, I'm not calling out Barry. Barry's a made-up name, let's say. I can message Barry about this question 4 days ago and still no response. That's frustrating to me, since it's a simple question, and I'm very happy to fix it if I'm wrong. Like, it's just, I would love some response, and there should be an easy answer to this, not like, is it or isn't it? And not only that, but none of my devs can see if it's tilling or not either. After I married that one that I did in the video, nobody can see that it's tilling on any backend, any API ever, which is like, how? How can we not see the API producing tilling or not tilling to answer the question from the back end? Anyway, I'm not frustrated. I'm good. Does that answer your question?
I wouldn't be marrying yet. I would just be accepting the tilling that you're getting for free, and I would just wait. There's no rush. Like,
well, what's the point to marry? What's the point to marry?
Yeah.
If you're guaranteed right now, it's marrying or it's tilling. You can split your licenses and they're still tilling, which I've told you guys that in the video. But my concern is once you marry, you tokens, put a new C hypercycle with your license, it changes. And I thought that the software string needed to be re-added once that happened, because now it doesn't have a pointer. So that's my concern. So
you're probably correct.
Well, maybe,
but like
maybe
with
not.
a lot of things, sometimes we're correct too soon. And then the people that develop the stuff have to come back around to the idea that people looking outward from the outside in might see stuff that was at first overlooked. And that is why we use Inception. All right. How do I change node market? Well, one, you're not going to change node market. That's not really how, it's not like there's a button to accept USDC from MetaMask Polygon. It accepts USDC, Ethereum USDC, Ethereum network, USDC. So you're apples and oranges, bro. Apples and oranges. It's not going to work. So maybe in the future, we'll add layer 2 stuff, but it starts to get a little bit sloppy. The reason exchanges are so kind of whimsical with all the different layers, it's not, what happens on an exchange is just record keeping. Your transaction on an exchange is not pinging a blockchain. What they're doing is like a bank. They're doing reconciliations every so many minutes or hours or seconds. So if you buy 100 XYZ tokens and someone sells 99, the net is 1 token. They might post that one transaction. So, but that's an exchange that does custody. This is not custody. When you're buying or selling an asset at Node Market, you're getting it from another individual directly from them. Brandon, you want to weigh in?
Yeah. Hold on a second. Everybody's struggling with this 5. Let me get him a link. Hold on.
Okay.
Re-ask the question really quickly.
Someone that's got Polygon USDC trying to use it at Node Market.
Yeah, it's just not possible. We're talking basically apples and oranges. Oh, I think you mentioned that. Sorry.
Both out. You could use 2 different fruits. You could say grapes and bananas, but it would sound like pornography.
What?
Anyway,
it's like going to a place that doesn't take American Express and saying, "Hey, can you take American Express?"
Go to any exchange that accepts that USDC, and all you do is push it into the exchange, push it right back out of the exchange into your MetaMask wallet in the other form. It's bridged. You've bridged it without actually bridging it, because they'll just push out tokens on the protocol that you want. That's how that works. So, yay. Okay. Makes sense. Brandon, any more housekeeping we need to knock out?
Oh my gosh. So the one for One Ring was a question here. is still going on. Yes, we're doing the buy one FT, get a ring. Yes, perfect. And then the other question is, it looks like James Paulsa still needs his fetch staking cell phone video. So we're working on that. Don't worry. Sorry, I was busy with the hypershare stuff, but like it's so simple. It's like, but I'll make it. I'll make it. Oh my gosh.
Not all videos need to be made, like the turning on the computer video. I don't know if we need to make that one.
It's like, oh my gosh, I could like walk through it right now, James. Like literally, I'll tell you the steps as I walk. I'm opening up Cosmos Station on my phone. This is how
opening up Cosmos Station.
So I'm opening up Cosmos Station on my phone.
Opening up Cosmos Station. Here, I'll do it too.
Loading. It's loading. Okay.
We're loading.
So
loading.
What I'm gonna do?
Opening up Cosmos Station.
I'm gonna scroll down to fetch. See how there's tons of options? Oh, you can't see it. So I'm gonna scroll down. I'm gonna click fetch. Boom. There's this little thing at the bottom. You see that little thing, James? It's a purple circle. Click it.
Cosmos Station.
There's 5 options that pull up, and I know they're blurred. The second one is stake. Click it. And then we hit stake again. Stake. Stake. And then we hit unstake.
Cosmos Station.
Oh, wait. We can hit any of our validators, okay? If we hit any of our validators, the second option there is unstake. Boom.
Claim all rewards. Claim rewards. Get rewards.
It seems like
I'm getting rewards.
That's pretty much it. I unstaked. Okay. Oh, I didn't want to unstake. I already unstaked. Dang it. Okay.
I just claimed rewards.
It's done. Wait. I'm correct. Okay, so I unstaked and now I can send it to any wallet I want. Right?
After 21 days.
After 21 days. So if I have if you unclaimed your rewards, you can hit the button now, instead of stake, you hit send. Send.
If you do a claim, okay, look at the buttons here.
Those are all crappy.
If you do claim, blurry. That's not that bad. Is it bad?
No, I can kind of make it out. The top one says send. The second one says stake. So you click stake, and then you click on one of your validators.
I'm just saying, first, you can, if you have rewards that are already going, you can claim them anytime and send them if you want to. You can also stake them. But once you're staking, just for those of you that may kind of see this is confusing, you can skip all those steps by just saying compound all rewards. You can just do that every day.
Yeah. Hey, I'll make a video, whatever.
I mean, you just did.
I know, but it's super easy. But we'll make a video for James only. And I'll only send it to James. He's the only one. Everybody else figured it out. We got you, James. Don't you worry. Okay, so here's what we got to do. The other thing that we have. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I guess we'll just go behind the wall and we'll talk about everything else that I have because I have a bunch of stuff. So, but we have a lot of good stuff that we're gonna. Oh, did you want to talk about anything else? Nick, you had something you were gonna bring up, right?
We were going to talk about the Rolls-Royce token.
Yes.
But are we in a position to do that?
Not yet. I mean, we could talk about it, how it's coming, but yeah, it's not listed yet, but it will be.
But you will see it probably by Wednesday.
Yeah, I can safely assume that, right?
Yeah.
Rolls-Royce token. Boom. So funny. So funny. So basically, yeah, we could talk about that then. It'll be clearer. Family reunion Friday, though. Excited about that. Anyway, should we go behind the wall?
I think we should go behind the wall.
Because we got some stuff to talk about. Because there's a lot going on in the market.
Some real stuff. Let's see. Something, I guess I'll talk about. It was something that came up when I was reading some article. Oh, Jesus. You see the miss? Salesforce's miss?
Yeah, yeah.
It's the first miss since like 2006. But nah, AI is not that big of a deal. It's fine. Everything's fine. Shit, just me it's probably on fire over there.
Yeah,
and like not the good fire, not like when you eat a hot
dog.
No,
it's
like,
on. It's
this
on
hot
fire.
Dog is fire, like on fire, like shit's on fire.
Yeah, yeah.
Would you expand on the Rolls-Royce thing? Yes, just real quick. So you guys remember everybody. I think everybody here knows we have we tokenized a Rolls-Royce, a really nice, expensive one. It's going to probably end up being somewhere between 3.3 and 3.7 million bucks. So we tokenized it so that when we, do whatever we do with it, then the people that own the tokens will share in that. And these things usually go from anywhere from 1 to 2 to 5 million over the sticker price. So it's the Nightingale. It's 1 of 100 car. They haven't formally announced it yet. It's a secret project at Rolls-Royce. But we tokenized it. Anyway, that's that. So those tokens should exist here pretty soon on the secondary market. So primary market, we can only sell to accredited investors. However, they can do whatever they want. That's their stuff. That's their stuff, bro. Anyway, so that token, Royce, will appear. Do I have it right, Brandon?
You're correct.
Woo!
Correct.
We done did that. All right.
My devs are like, hey, can you send me 100 tokens so I can test with? I'm like, no. I'm like, these are a little bit different value.
Yeah.
Like, huh? Like, we went through it. I'm like, I can send you 2 tokens to test with.
Yeah, and then you will send them back.
And then you will send them right back. He's like,
all right, that's that. Let us get behind the proverbial wall. Okay. Boom.
Yeah, leave the orange one today too again, just cause. But we're good. Anyway, we'll work this through.
Boom. Leave the orange. Okay, I want to leave them both. Yes.
Yeah.
Let's get to it. Oh, let me do my little commercial thing because this is so good. So good. Hold on. It's so good. Oh man, it's 2 things at once. 1 thing at once.
We're going behind the proverbial wall now to continue the broadcast privately for the digital investors and digital private clients. If you'd like to join us, simply go to nickblacknext.com and subscribe to one of our plans and immediately take advantage of our library of tools, tactics, and information. It's all designed to help you learn, grow, and manage your portfolio like a pro. Join us now.
On one. Give everybody an alarm bell. That's all that was. Just to wake anybody up who wasn't awake. Okay. See you later, Facebook. Kick rocks. F-U-X. F-U-X. Say that out loud,
cool sounding. That's actually cool sounding.
FUX.
It's like FTX. So close.
Yeah. There's the same difference. They FU'd everyone.
Yeah.
Okay. See you later, me. Oh, yeah. S just got real. All right. What do we got, buddy? Take us down the path.
Did you see what's happening today in the market? So yesterday, this is Sunday. This is important because I think this leads into our whole conversation here because this is cool. Roaring Kitty finally posted on Reddit after 3 years. So turns out he has $65 million worth of GameStop calls with a $21 strike price expiring in 19 days. And we'll get to the SEC stuff in a second, but okay, here we go. He also has $150 million worth of shares, making his total position close to $200 million. So obviously last night, things got a little bit crazy as he posted this. So this is somebody went through, so Unusual Wells went through and got all his buys when he bought and everything. So he bought starting on the 20th. When did he post? When did he post on Twitter? I forgot to go look that up.
I don't know.
It was in and around.
But just before you go through this, I've always suspected that dude was a piece of shit. I'm just going to put that out there.
This is a problem, guys. This is a problem. I went and looked. So you can post about your position. You can post that you bought options and stuff, but it's not illegal. But once you start posting and manipulating the market, I guess it turns illegal or something. Anyway, so this guy bought a lot of calls. So he has a lot of calls in GameStop that it's going to expire. So if you looked at GameStop today, GameStop stock. Ooh, let me see if I can pull it up on trading. That would be better. Let's see what happened to GameStop stock today as we opened up in the market today. GME, boom, boom. Okay. As you guys can see clearly, it's trading erratically again, which I think yesterday this is too big a chart. This is like a daily chart. We want like a hourly chart, right? So here's the big when he posted. So May, it was May. It was like exactly when he bought his first ones. He posted on his Twitter. What a scammer. Anyway, so here we go. So it looks like Friday, May-ish, the 13th of May. Oh, so maybe not. Maybe it was before. So he posted. Okay, everything kind of ran up. And then this is actually when he started buying the calls. So he did actually post before he bought the calls. Okay, so he bought the calls here in May 24th or whatever. And then Sunday, he posted about it. So it shot up from $20 to this morning. It shot up to $41, got halted by the NASDAQ. They stopped the stock, obviously, because they can't allow any of that to happen. And then it's now down trading about $28. So they halted.
This motherfucker is going to jail. He's going to jail, dude.
There's a lot of problems with what he's doing. But so apparently this triggered some other issues because you saw that they're trading so that instead of trades being finalized after 3 days, they're going to be finalized after 1 day now, the NASDAQ and stuff like that. So now, I don't know if you saw this, Berkshire Hathaway dropped from $625,000 a share down to $185 a share this morning.
What? That seems like a glitch.
It seems like it, but wouldn't you know it, because AI is working everywhere, their messaging went out to everybody. This is what could go wrong when you have AI reporting and everything. So this is the actual message. As a Bloomberg story, this went out. Shares declined to $185. The stock was the worst performing amongst his peers, obviously. AI figured all this stuff out. Like, rather than say, oh, this is a glitch, it sent this news out, causing more havoc in the market. This is like 20 minutes before the show, right? So this is like Berkshire Hathaway fell 100%. It reversed the previous session's gain, obviously. Yes. Yeah. Thank you, AI. the decline's 100%. This is the most it's dropped in the last at least 36 years, but not 37. This is the most.
Obviously they've halted trading and all that kind of stuff. Like, did anybody get filled at like $200?
I don't know if they got filled, because that would be insane. This has to be a visual glitch, very similar to what's happening on MetaMask lately. Yeah. Anyway, this has to be a visual glitch. I don't know if anybody actually processed a transaction, but if they did, that's crazy. But I do know that this kind of stuff scares people, and there is actual selling that occurs because of this stuff. So, whatever it is, whatever it is.
Is your opinion, is Roaring Kitty, is the SEC going to go after him? I think he's going to.
There's going to be a Netflix documentary part 2,
and that's where he goes to prison.
This is not good for him.
He spent all of his goodwill. He should have kept his damn mouth shut and quit trading fucking GameStop. What a dumbass.
Or just keep his mouth shut. Like, there's no reason to post about this stuff. Why post about it?
You just want to show everybody ha.
Well, it's manipulation because of the power he holds. If I were to post something like that, nobody would give a crap, right? But he's got enough of a following, it manipulates things.
That's some bull crap.
So then that's SEC problem, right? When does it become an SEC problem? I looked at Jim Cramer. What did he say? I looked at everybody was quoting what he said, because I saw some posts that he shorted GameStop on Friday, but I don't know. He said, nothing illegal if you buy calls and show them. The SEC wants to look at a buy and sell. You can get long and loud, but if you make claims, if you boost, you'll be nailed by the SEC, which is true. So if you try to boost in any way, which that's what he's doing, because him posting, no matter what he does now, is a boost to whatever, right?
Of course.
And so I think that he is in trouble here. He is in trouble here.
And GameStop is a piece of shit stock. This is the other thing.
It's bankrupt. It should have been bankrupt before he traded it. It should have been bankrupt.
Like, if you're going to do this, I'm all for the mob, the mafia, and all this kind of stuff, whatever. And I was listening to an interview Patrick Boyle did with the guy that wrote the book about this, the kind of the penultimate book about not only Wall Street bets, but everything that happened. Roaring Kitty he's not anything new. There were plays way before this that had run, and just showed and talking about the history and kind of like the background of all this. And Wall Street Bets, they were actually telling people to they were showing restraint. They were like, people should be careful. This is not a good company, man. And at first, this Kenneth Gill his heart was in the right place. He had a theory that this company was worth more than people were giving it credit for. It wasn't. It was worth exactly what they were giving credit for, because that's how analysis works. But there was a video that went viral, I don't know if you remember this, of a guy getting robbed for his PlayStation outside of a GameStop. And that's when GameStop started going up. So that's what instigated Roaring Kitty, Kenneth, to get involved in it. He's like, shit, if people are still willing to rob each other for PlayStations, and so he thought there's going to be a release schedule of all these new platforms, and that was going to pump GameStop. He didn't really think it was a good company long-term. He thought it was the release schedule of all these new units, the PlayStation, the Xbox, and all this, that would pump the stock. That was his theory. All the rest of this stuff is him realizing that he can just, influence market the same way, remember when Elon pumped Doge all the way to 74 cents and then just let that shit crash and everyone went broke?
Yep.
People were buying it all the way up, including some people here. You know who you are. Keep your mouth shut.
I will.
So you didn't.
No, I didn't.
So anyway, the history of all this was, I thought it was very interesting listening to that interview, that the people at Wall Street Bets were actually saying like, no, don't do this. This is not safe. This is a bad company. Like, they were the ones showing restraint, but you know how it is in these chats. They just get kind of crazy. And then whatever. So, and then you fast forward, but he got a pass because everybody cheated, broke the law, lied, whatever. Everybody did in one tiny little, the hedge funds kind of cheated. Robinhood definitely cheated. And he was pumping a group of people that don't know anything about anything, really dumb money, and making it into this generational thing. Come on, for the team, bitch. It wasn't for the team. It was for Kenneth. It was for Mr. Gill. It's for him to, and so the fact that everybody basically got a pass. They said, listen, if we indict any of you, we have to indict all of you. Like, everyone goes to jail or no one goes to jail. What do you guys want to do? Prisoner's dilemma, Nash equilibrium. They said, okay, everybody just go to your neutral corners. They told him, by the way, he worked in finance. You can't fucking do any of the things he did as a RIA.
Did he have his licenses?
Yes.
Okay, so that's a problem, because you have to
it's all illegal. Yeah. Everything he did was illegal, period. So whatever. Anyway, they all got a pass because everything that Robinhood did was illegal too. So, and all the under table dealing bullshit and all the stuff with the funds that were pulling capital for order flow, like it's all sketchy, but they all got a pass. But he started up a few weeks ago, and I think that right then I said, that motherfucker is going to be wearing orange. That's it. You just can't, like, how many times you have to look a gift horse in the mouth? The other thing too is, I think he's thinking that he can force well, what would be interesting is if the people at GameStop had contacted him and then he pumped it with those other tweets a few weeks ago. And because remember, they were all exiting.
Yeah.
If there is any connection, then all those dudes are going to jail. The SEC's taken so many losses that this will be an easy win.
Yeah, this will be their win. They're like, let's go over here and fight.
Oh man. Funny. But anyway, it's just it's just real. So I don't know. There's just I kind of wanted him to win because I watched the movie and I like Paul Dano, the actor. Okay, this is a problem. Yeah. I like the actor, and I feel like I wanted the actor to win. I don't give a shit about Roaring Kitty. I just like Paul Dano as an actor. Anyway, I wanted the guy to win because it felt bad for like his wife and all this kind of stuff. Like it's like a heartfelt story. But when you start trying to do that much bullshit, like how much is enough? 20 million, 30 million, 10, because he made that money on the backs of a lot of people that lost a lot of money.
Somebody said his calls were worth $800 million this morning. So that's more than 20. That's a lot.
But see, you can't exit any of that stuff.
No, I don't know what his game plan is because he doesn't have because there's not enough shares on the buy side now of those calls. I guess there's not enough outstanding shares even.
Well, what he's thinking is that there's going to have to be some. This is a gamma hedge. Okay, this is a teachable moment for everybody that doesn't know what the difference is. Sorry, wrong one. Okay, this is not a short squeeze. A short squeeze is when a bunch of people short the stock and you buy it to make them buy it. So you buy it as the price goes up, they get stuck, they have to buy it because when you short, you're borrowing shares that you're going to pay for at a later time. Yep. So you're borrowing something at $10, you're hoping it goes to $5, you'll buy it at $5, you will replace the shares, you have to replace them, and then you keep the spread. That's like a reverse, it's arbitrage. However, this is not that. The other, and it wasn't exactly a short squeeze the first time either. This gets misconstrued in the press. It was a gamma squeeze. A gamma squeeze is an options-based squeeze where buying of the options contracts, brokers, they'll sell the contracts without owning the underlying asset, and they'll settle up on when everything tallies out, like a bookie. Well, if people are buying the options contracts, as you get closer and closer to expiration, there's a certain point where those brokers have to start entering the position to satisfy people that might want to take physical delivery. So physical delivery is when you settle an options contract by accepting the underlying asset rather than a cash out. Like you can cash settle it by just selling the options contract, or you can actually take delivery of the asset and pay the offsetting price. He doesn't have the money, obviously, to pay for $800 million worth of GameStop stock. And there's probably not enough shares anyway. So he would obviously do the cash out option. When he starts selling them, that thing's going to go down to $4 because they know that he's going to be dumping them. So you can't dump them because when you dump those options, you got to have someone to take the other side of those. At the end of the day, who's going to take those, even if they're in the money, who's going to come and take all that? So it's kind of a sticky situation. So yeah, he starts selling, that whole thing tanks. So I don't know if he can really get out of this thing with any meaningful win. It's hard to believe that this asshole is like gonna make hundreds of millions of dollars on kind of pretty scammy behavior. Anyway, he won't. He'll be indicted, and he should have stuck. I think, what did he win the first time? He had like 20 million, 24 million, something like that.
Yeah, something.
But he didn't cash out because the problem was if he had cashed out, everybody would have dumped the stock. That was the problem. I'd like to know what he actually cashed out, because he's obviously gotten too big for his britches.
Well, I mean, he had to how did he buy $65 million worth of options if he didn't cash out? Where's he getting this money?
Probably, I don't know. Like, who would do that?
That's what I mean. Like, who's going to loan him unless it's his own money?
He didn't make $65 million on those trades, though.
All right. Okay, that's where we sit.
Because maybe even at the end of the movie, they
calls said you can't margin calls, right? So you can't leverage against calls unless you act an outside investor.
Yeah, you can't get naked calls. Now you could. Right. I mean, you could. Well, with a margin account, you can't buy options.
No, you can't buy options with a margin. Not with a margin. You can't margin options. And also because he has the shares, he can't buy calls on his shares. He has to sell calls against his shares. Right?
Don't on with the show us, Neil. This is the show.
No, I'm just like, this is important because this leads into some other macro things that are happening, Neil. So don't worry. We got you. Anyway, let's move on, I guess, whatever. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about is, gosh, dang it. Where is it? I saw a comment. This is important. It is apparently James knows how to unstake, but he doesn't know how to bridge.
He doesn't know how to and he doesn't know how to uncapitalize.
Look, He says there's a tech tip video. Wait, Ardalin says there's a tech tip video. There is. Like, I have a tech tip video for this, James. So now your whole case is moot because I have a video on the bridging part. So I'm not going to make a video. Now I'm almost mad that you don't watch my video all the way through.
I watch his videos.
So, we were going to talk about Jupiter today because actually, oh my gosh, we're not going to talk about that yet. Here's what we're going to talk about. This, I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen this chart passed around. Okay. So this chart's kind of cool because this goes through, some guys went through and figured out the Bitcoin price. This is
part of the Peter Brandt went on one about, this is kind of what he was talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. This is like, so they went through all the halving cycles. This is Bitcoin. So they wanted to figure out the price of Bitcoin at the halving. And then 1 month after the halving, 3 months after the halving, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, 18 months. Okay. After each halving. So as you guys know, the halving cycles, here's all the halvings. These are all the halving dates or whatever it is. And this is the price, purple, black, blue after each of the halvings. Purple's the first one, and it was the biggest. It was kind of the craziest halving, obviously. And then this is the 2016 one. This is the 2021. So they're saying 1 month after the halving, the price is pretty stable, which that's what we've also experienced kind of this time. And the reason being is a lot of people are kind of waiting to see what is happening, letting everything settle, let the dust settle with the miners and that kind of stuff. They're waiting to see what Bitcoin does. 3 months after the halving, the price is still fairly stable. So we are about probably a month and a half after the halving right now.
Isn't that crazy?
45 days.
Isn't that crazy? We're that far, like it's been that long.
That's what I'm like, dude. Things go quickly, man, and things are still pretty stable-ish. I think the last halving it went up about 37%, so it was a pretty good jump. The second halving, not as much. The first halving was 2.5 times, which the first halving, I think we have to kind of throw out here when we're doing the analysis on all this stuff because it was so crazy. It was such a low price, but I mean, we're factoring it in. 6 months after the halving, things started to get a little juicy. Okay. And that's where, what would that be for us? April, May, June, July, August, September, October, right? So 6 months after the halving. Last time we were about 79% higher, so almost a 2x from the halving price. The 2016 one was a little bit lower. It was about 34% higher than
that still put it close to 90 or 100K though.
Oh yeah, exactly. And I have the chart showing that. So here's where things start to get interesting. 9 months after the halving, last time we're about a 5x, which if we did that this time, we were at 60K at the halving, something like that. That'd be 300K, give or take. But if we averaged, and I'll show you the average here in a second too. I have another chart. So things start to get real crazy 9 and 12 months after the halving for Bitcoin historically. And that's because people want to let things kind of settle in, and then the buy pressure really starts to pick up. So I'm going to go to that other chart because it kind of shows something cool. So if we take the average, or the price of the cycles 2 and 3, we just kind of throw out cycle number 1. 1 month after the halving, we should have been like 73K, which I think we're, I don't know where we were exactly 1 month after, but it was definitely below that. 3 months, and I think this is going to be muted based on these numbers, obviously. 3 months, they think we're going to be about 77K. 6 months, 99, just like you said, based on the historical figures.
Right.
9 months puts us, and that's December or January, 238K, which is absurd.
Shiza.
If we're just following past cycles, the average, I think this takes the average. So even if you were to mute this down, because I think everything's going to drop by like 33% at least, maybe a little more. But then again, we have the ETFs buying, so you don't know. But they're saying 18 months, the price could be anywhere. It should be, should be anywhere from 500,000 to 1.14 million 18 months in. And you know what? I'm not like, this is crazy, but it's also not out of the realm of possibility based on mathematical figures and the supply and all the other things happening in the world. And that's kind of why I talked about the stock market's breaking and other things. I think slowly and more surely, people are going to start to realize the printing of money is not going to stop. M1 money supply is going up. We're getting liquidity. They're going to start turning the money printer on here for the election. Fed rates are going to get cut here in September. There's just so much stuff that they're synchronizing.
You can make it even simpler than that. the world is getting slower. And when the world gets slower, governments do anything they can to keep people happy, and transfer payments keep people happy. And they can call it a bunch of things. They don't have to call it stimulus. They can call it forms of insurance. They can call it job protection. I'm sure that all sorts of job protection stipends are going to come out for people in tech that are losing, jobs. Like AI is going to probably eradicate 50% of the jobs of humans. And the robots are coming, the physical robots, and that's going to be another 50% of the 50% that's left. So the money train is coming, and I just think we may get an extended, like what 2021 looked like, some version of that into the future. And in a situation like that, of course, that over time, you look back and you go, God, they just made a lot of money out of thin air. And so that's why Bitcoin, right? Like if you just think this whole thing is a fucking quagmire, that's why Bitcoin. And like that debt clock, what was it?
Why Brandon, Bitcoin?
Were you and I joking that like, what if that debt clock, it was me. Maybe me and Josh were talking about it, but like why CBDCs are so bad. He's like, why are they so bad? I'm like, have you ever looked at the debt clock page? He's like, yeah. I said, okay, cool. What if you looked at that and that was an actual live ledger? Like not just a website like the Dickening, but like this was actually a CDBC, and that's what you were seeing, because that's what you would see. I mean, you wouldn't see it like this, but you would see every few moments there'd just be more created. And you would just go, what the hell is going on? This stuff is worthless. It's just, this isn't, if this was at the Fed's website, I mean, they would never sell another US Treasury. Right? Like, but
right.
This still just is, this isn't real. If you make it into a CBDC, it's real. And one of the reasons why the US dollar does so well, and again, even if the dollar gets hyperinflated, every currency gets hyperinflated. And no, the Fed doesn't print money. They've never printed money. They can't print money. They don't print money. They create bank reserves. Bank reserves are not money. But if you got into a situation where the US was doing this, everybody's like, oh, then the dollar will go away. Well, not really. That's the thing, is because there's still no better option. The dollar has permeated every single market on earth, just about. And it's the best swap currency. Now, if everything goes digital, now that's when things change, because then a currency's a currency would be treated more like a digital currency from a company, where you look at the health, you're supposed to anyway, look at the health of the company. And like, I believe countries will look more like corporations, and their fiscal soundness will be in the weight of their currencies, kind of in a bucket where they all like are compared. I see it like a future, like a crypto exchange. I mean, I know it is indirectly, it would be, but like where you look at these different projects, you look at a company's national currency more as a project. Like we might have to do 5 Ts on like Brazil and stuff, you know what I mean? So what do you think about that? Like CBDCs, how do you kind of put that in your mind?
No, I mean, I agree. It'll just look just like this.
But I mean, I guess what I'm saying is, I think that the training that we're doing, like looking at companies, is the same kind of thing that we will do. James, you got to stop with the capitals, man. It's ridiculous. It's the same kind of analysis that we'll do with countries, right? It's just that I don't know if everybody's, creating more currency units. I don't know why that necessarily means the dollar loses hegemony. I don't think it does. It's still the safest market. The debt is still treated as pristine collateral. Even though they print trillions of it, even though the head of the Federal Reserve said the debt will never be repaid. On 60 Minutes, he said it. It'll never be repaid. And so you see all this crap. God, I'll tell you who's got to be mad. Going back to the kitty story. How'd you like to be one of like average America? Just people just getting stomped by high prices. Their wages aren't going up. And then you see this dick bag with $800 million worth of options on some crap that he pumped himself on a company that should be bankrupt. How happy would that make you to go into work for $17.50 an hour? Oof. Buddy.
Nah.
Guys, ladies, gentlemen, if there's any reason to do good in this crypto space and like in AI and get ahead, it's just that you don't have to go punch that clock. Man, that's like horrible. I'm not saying everybody has to be rich to be happy. That's not the case. But man, don't be punching a clock. God. This is a side note. Does anybody know who Terrence Howard is, the actor? He's been in a few movies. He's mostly unwatched. He's kind of a nut. He decided he's got a new book on physics, his theory of everything. Terrence Howard's theory of everything. And the first part of the book, one of the main premises is 1 × 1 = 2.
Huh. Yeah.
When it starts with a failing of basic math, when it starts, then, oh God. Anyway, what? Just so that you guys understand, 1 × 1 does not equal 2. Okay. Anyway, I think that the way that we look at the projects that we invest in, the 5 T's and all that kind of stuff, I think that's the way we will judge national central bank digital currencies. And I think at that point, it will be a more level playing field for emerging markets. For instance, if you saw a country that was doing really well and exporting and, making a lot of technological upgrades and advancements to their agriculture and factories and all this kind of stuff, then you could start essentially investing in government currencies the way we invest in crypto. Because you're looking at a country like, oh, wow, this is like a legit country. This is like, they're doing really good things like a company. This is a legit company, which all that dovetails me to, I watched a couple of those videos. I watched the Ben Goertzel one from Twin. Have you watched that one, Brandon? It's eerily good.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Can you go on YouTube, look up Twin Protocol Ben Goertzel?
Okay.
It's got like everything except his little things.
Protocol. Let's see what we got here, boys and girls.
Freaky good.
3 days ago?
Yeah.
Only 50 seconds long?
Yeah. Put it on there so people can, because I think for whatever reason, you can make people hear stuff and I cannot.
Oh, I have to reshare my screen then. Hold on. Yeah, the way they do this, hold on. I gotta go boom, 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 boom.
Is he wearing it? He is wearing a hat.
It's really quiet though, so hold on. Let me turn it up.
Yeah.
Here we go. Ready?
Let's get it.
Hello, I'm Ben Goertzel, CEO of Singularity Net. Except actually, I'm not. I'm a digital twin of Ben Goertzel, CEO of Singularity Net, created by Twin Protocol. Pretty weird, huh? But then the original meat-based Ben is pretty weird too. Perhaps we're converging on the same form of weirdness. Seriously, I'm not as smart or creative as Meat Ben yet, and probably not as weird either, but his technology is about the same year on year, whereas I'm improving super rapidly. With the neural symbolic AI we're creating at Twin, Singularity Net, and OpenCog Hyperon, it's not too long before everyone will be able to send their digital twins to represent them fully in all sorts of different contexts. Welcome to the Singularity.
That's weird. I could hear it.
I own a lot of businesses, so my
okay.
A lot of business.
Wait, you can hear it?
I could hear it, but other people could not. Anyway, go for those of you that haven't.
I don't know why it's so quiet. Like, makes no sense. I have it like fully loud. Whatever.
I know. I have mine too, and I even have. I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I have a little. Oh, sheesh. Wait, no. That's the right button.
Some people can hear it.
I did it right. I did mine right, I thought. Anyway.
Yeah, the commercial was loud enough, I guess. Yeah.
There you go. So anyway, the point is, I even like, do you see like the shadow on the wall and stuff? Like as he's moving?
Dude, that's impressive. How did they do that?
Yeah, it's pretty good. And again, every day is the dumbest AI is ever going to be. So you start realizing, well, I'll tell you why this is exciting to me. It means Twin has a real product.
Yes.
They've done something that Singularity Net and NewNet and Singularity DAO and Crepgito and Sophia have not managed to do, and that's build a fucking product. None of them have a product except Twin Protocol. Surprise, right. Surprise. Twin Protocol's it's a partner, not a spinoff. Anyway, I think that could be a good launch because you can actually see really something. Good. You can actually do something. We don't know yet. I asked them again. I said, hey, can we get some details, man? We want some details. Oh, Brandon.
I want that to launch so badly.
I think they're getting frustrated. Okay, everybody lean in. This is a secret just for the DPC, just for the private clients and for the DIs. Brandon.
I'm in.
Okay.
I'm in. Okay.
They said they're still considering a DEX rollout rather than an exchange launch pad launch.
Where would they do that?
I mean,
I'm in further. I
can only think of one place, and it rhymes with Node Market.
Oh, shoot. So that means it's not Node Market. Dang it.
Shit. It's Chode Market. No, I think, yeah, it's a different market altogether.
That's a whole different market.
No, I think what it is some good questions, some good ASI questions. Do you have more stuff here? Should we pivot to markets?
No, we're good. Besides, I just want to yell at James one more time, but that's it.
Yes, do that. Bitcoin is at 69,123. Oh, it changed. Crap, right? When it was such a cool number. Anyway, okay.
That changed?
Before we get in, so let's talk ASI real quick. The fetch
ASI and hypercycle price.
Okay, what's that? Oh, fetch will be doing its whatever that damn transition is going to look like. That's what's consuming the Singularity DAO people, I'm sure. And they're not big on. They don't multitask. They barely single task. So do I think that fetch is going to pump before? No, not before. I think it's going to pump after, because if I would be marketing, look at the shiny new blah, blah, blah. I think that's what we're going to hear. The shiny new blah, blah, blah. Brandon, what do you think about that as far as like a fetch pump or an ASI pump?
Shiny new blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I like that. They're getting a lot of attention with other influencers. I saw like 4 fetch videos over the weekend from other influencers too. So I don't know if they're paying those guys to start
absolutely
or not.
They're
but
paying.
Yeah, I saw some information. They were just talking about the fetch agents, how people can open source and go and teach their agents to go do artificial intelligence type things and that kind of stuff. So I mean, they're doing something.
Yeah, they're marketing. We love it.
Yeah, I love it.
So that's good. I mean, at some point, even accidentally, they got to spit out some piece of something that's worth something to somebody. I liked all the deep parking stuff they did. I thought that was a cool idea. They never got it going, but I thought it was a cool idea. Where like your car would know based on other cars' behaviors, kind of like an organism. Whenever cars left, someone would be like, I'm heading out to my car. And so people would already be like, and then it would line up the cars coming in based on the people that were known to be exiting the parking lot. It would keep like a more organic flow. I thought that would be cool. They never did it because it was a good idea. They don't do things like that. That makes sense to humanity. All right. So I think they'll pump it, but I don't think they'll pump it before. I don't think they want that. I think they want it to be after the fact. I am curious about what the bridge situation is going to be and the whole I don't know how those jackwagons over at SDAO are going to figure all this out, but they need to. So I'm sure we'll hear more, but I'm guessing that the Ethereum bridge, I mean, there's not a lot of people that own AGIX on Cosmos because it's zero. So you're going to have to bridge. So since you have to bridge, I'm guessing that the first and foremost, it will be the Ethereum bridge. So I would expect that to happen almost at the same time. And then that arbitrage should all but disappear. It should be really tight. That's kind of where my thoughts are. Are you gonna try to trade this or do anything snazzy or what?
Oh, no. You just stick with the numbers, right? Like if you get a better return than the bridge value, then make a trade before into fetch and then let it automatically switch over to ASI. If you don't, just wait for the bridge, and the bridge is going to be open for a year.
Yeah.
You won't be able to trade out of AJAX or Ocean very easily through normal protocols because liquidity is going to be sucked and you'll get a lot of slippage, very similar to what happened with Hypercycle this last Friday. But you'll get a lot of slippage, and just go through the bridge. It's going to be easy, and I can show you how to do that. Although I sold, I think most of my Ocean, I might have a little bit of Ocean left. All my AJAX is gone. It's all into fetch now. Because they earn better interest.
Yeah, so that was the play. Is we did that, but
I did that a long time ago, though. Yeah, like a long time ago. When the day one when I told you guys about the ARB off difference, that's when I did it. That's when I did it, right?
Yeah, I did it with my Ocean, and I got a little bit over 0.44, so I won there, and I staked all that. I didn't do it with AGIX. I was actually just going to sell AGIX straight up. It was like a buck. It was in the $1.20s, $1.20, $1.19. That's right. And I never could get a trade knocked out. It was always too big of a spread, just illiquid piece of crap. So I said, okay, then I'm just going to wait. So for those of you that are thinking, should you sell it? And then I wouldn't sell it unless you can beat the ratio that they're going to give you. Otherwise, why go through the headaches and all the trouble and all that? Just wait. Just take the swap of the token and off you go. I am curious to see how fast it'll be on, if it'll be on, I mean, Coinbase. I guess it would be on Coinbase.
It should be instantly, but you guys need to normalize bridges. I don't know if you guys watched my Jupiter video,
right?
So
Bridge.
Nick and I have been using Bridge quite a bit lately. Like, it is so slick, and it's by far. I was using, and I showed you guys a bridge, layer swap bridge a while back, and it's cheap, but you can only do like $500 at a time, which that might be a lot for some, but like sometimes you want to move like $2,000 at a time. But the bridge lets you move it very,
like the down payment we did on the Rolls Royce, $541,850 USDC.
Jeez. Anyway, but the bridge is really cool. But just because these guys are like, oh, you're gonna have to bridge soon, it's not a big deal. And like James is complaining about this bridge that I didn't show in my video, but I'm gonna tell him at the end of class here that I did. The bridges are very easy to go over, and you just got to normalize it because you're gonna have to do that in crypto a lot until they figure out a wallet that fixes all that. But I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon.
But the bridge works really well, and the fees are super low.
So you can go, and what we're talking about into bridge, actually, should I pull it? No,
because you can go from your MetaMask and across protocols. So you can go from, I think they have Polygon, Solana, Ethereum. Is there one more? There might be one more. But anyway, you can go cross-chain, cross-token. That's the key.
I'm going to add it. So, yes.
So cool.
So you can go from any of these tokens here. So if I was on Ethereum, right, I would connect my MetaMask wallet here, and it would pull that up. And then I can go to any of these other chains, like even BNB, which is really cool, or Solana, that's actually a tough jump to make. There's a lot of different, because it has to go from an EVM wallet to Solana wallet, which is a little bit different. Normally you can go Ethereum to Base pretty easily, but now you can go Ethereum to Solana, okay? And all you do is put in however much you want to do, and it translates over here, and then you can do the math, make sure you're not getting screwed up, and then you connect your wallets, and then you point the wallet that you want it to go to. It's very simple. Like, this is the coolest bridge ever. So we kind of through this, and those of you that are staking Jupiter get some free to bridge if you voted on the last thing. But even if you didn't, just by using the bridge, you start to farm the bridge points, and those points will end up converting into the bridge tokens, and they'll get airdropped to you when they do their token launch.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, and it might be worthless, it might not, but I know that the bridge works really well.
Yeah.
It works good. It works good. It's better.
could care less about the tokens. That's just like a little ancillary product on the back end. This
I
is so
thought-
cool because
I was going to try something. I was going to try something crazy. I was going to try to go from Cogito, because we just got our Cogito payouts. I was going to go from Cogito on BNB to USDC in Ethereum.
Oh, that's nice. Nice swap. That would be like a couple swaps probably. It would hit a couple different routers, go through a couple different things, but the bridge does it all and it aggregates it. Basically, it's an aggregator. So super simple. And the reason that kind of we're doing this is because sometimes you do want to go cross-chain, decentralized, like because I would have to send my Ethereum over to Kraken, convert it to USDC, and then into Solana, and then send the Solana over to Phantom, and then change my Solana into Jupiter, which, oh my gosh. Now you can actually go direct from Ethereum, I think, and you can just buy. Can you buy Jupiter? I think, yeah, you can just buy Jupiter with Ethereum, I think, in this bridge. So, like, seriously?
The reason you might go through that bridge is for people that don't currently have it, but they have Ethereum or they have USDC in an Ethereum wallet, like in MetaMask. They want to buy some Jupiter because maybe they want to go stake it. So from there, they could go right from their MetaMask from USDC or USDT or Ethereum.
Oh,
into
not only that,
Jupiter, which is a Solana-based asset, and then they could stake it.
Not only that, but I simulated a whole trade that I did very similar to one I did in Kraken, and it was less because of the slippage in Kraken. You'll hit slippage in Kraken when you're selling your Ethereum to your USDC and your USDC to your Solana and your Solana to your Jupiter. You're going to do all those swaps, and maybe you'll cut out one or two of them. Who knows? But you just simulate. It's nice to have more options.
Yeah.
No, the fees are not high on Bridge. That's why we're showing you. The fees were very reasonable.
Yeah.
You guys do math. Think about it. Don't just go through just because we're saying it, because sometimes it might have a bad slippage or something. Just think about stuff before you do it.
Well, and you just go set up the trade, and if it looks cool, fine. If it doesn't, don't do it. But you guys need to get comfortable with these tools anyway.
That's why we try to show you guys these things as we discover and use them. And I'm loving this one. This one's like one of my favorite finds of the
Hey,
week.
Howard discovered this, everyone. Howard discovered it.
Oh, Howard, thanks, buddy. So Howard told me about this, and then I actually told you guys and thought it was me discovering it. So
yeah. But also, that's not well, I don't know how you discovered it, Howard, but how it was discovered by this group is that it was one of the assets being voted on in the May 22nd to May 27th vote on Jupiter.
Sorry. If you did mention it, we laughed you off the stream. We sorry.
Yeah. I mean, we try to laugh you off the stream almost every time. Sometimes it works. Sometimes you stick around till the end. I don't know what to tell you.
There's resilience. RocketX charges way more fees. From what I've never ended up using RocketX because of the fees that I've seen there. But RocketX could provide some tools that this doesn't have. I don't know. It just scared me away because the fees were a little bit higher than I've ever seen anywhere else. So,
Kevin, why would you go from the Fetch wallet to cross the bridge? What are you trying to do?
In case they don't have Kraken or access to Kraken, they probably have to use the Fetch wallet pretty much. So this would be in case you have to go from like Cosmos Station to the Fetch Kepler wallet, and then you have to bridge to MetaMask. Ooh, I wonder if this has Fetch. Probably not.
I would be surprised if Cosmos State. I mean, sorry, if Coinbase doesn't start accepting the native. I bet they would start accepting that. I bet you could deposit it pretty soon. Like when this rollout happens, I bet you'll be able to deposit it.
Yep, maybe. Although the bridge does fetch to ETH. I wonder how much the fee is. I would be curious.
That's fetch on the Ethereum.
That's native. So
yeah, it's not. There's no. I don't see Cosmos.
Okay. Yeah. Good catch. I don't see that either. Okay, so don't use that. So you have to use.
Wait a minute though. Look at. Oh yeah, because you would know because the fetch address. Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell by.
So I guess the addresses are going to be ASI addresses.
Yep.
Anyway, we'll see.
Okay, so this is we're past time, but this is just for James if you want to stick around. This point in the video here, the video goes through. Now imagine this is your phone wallet. It walks you through step by step the token bridge. You said the token bridge wasn't in here, right, James? Anyway, This is clearly says token bridge, but
what?
It shows you to go from ERC20. It goes how to go from the native to the ERC20. It shows both ways. And I walk through exactly how to send your stuff from your Cosmos Station wallet, which is on your phone, let's say, but this is just happens to be the extension, same thing, over to the Fetch wallet. And once it's in your Fetch Kepler wallet, I walk through this very step-by-step like. Once it's in your Kepler wallet, you can just go ahead and hook that up to the bridge here. And I walk through every step of this, James.
Capitalized. Smoke.
Token bridge, how to get it from the native to the ERC20. You'll put in your Fetch wallet address and your ETH address. James.
Damn.
I'm getting so mad.
It's all right there.
It's like it's every single H-ing step in this video. James. H-ing step. Is that
like Helling? Helling?
Every H-ing step in this video.
No, but what are you using? What are you using H to me? Like H-ing, what does that mean?
Like halving. I've been really talking about the halving lately.
Oh,
so
every halving step. So what I would say is, as someone that cusses, as someone that cusses really well, I would say try effing.
So every effing step.
Every effing step.
Every effing step.
Now, if you don't want to get too close to the curse word, you could say truck. Every mother trucking step.
That's actually even closer. This is correct. This is why we say go to Kraken and not use the bridge. But James said the bridge was not in my video. But James is mistaken.
James. James.
Okay, James. Sorry, we were after hours, so I thought I would talk with James. James.
All right. So 1 times 1 definitely does not equal 2.
Okay, James.
Let's call it a day.
Okay.
Let's call it a day. We'll see you tomorrow for office hours. Love you, James. Hugs and kisses. Stay in school. Don't do drugs. Don't do anything my poor insolvent drunk strung out on meth grandmother would not do. Bitcoin is poised for some good dynamic action. So don't overreact or don't even react. You want to be acting. You want to be very deliberate in everything you're doing right now so that you don't look back 6 or 8 months from now and go, son of a deep. Don't be that guy.